Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Aid and this is now going to be a fitness channel. As you can tell, I haven't been around for many years. A lot of things have changed since then, and I'm sure you'll find out pretty quickly what has changed. But like I said, I am now a fitness channel. We're going to be doing fitness things. That's basically all I've been doing for the last however many years anyway, just lifting heavy stuff. So let me tell you about this series that I'm going to be doing. Essentially, we're going to be progressing the deadlift and we're going to try and reach 300 kilos as a 1 rep max for my deadlift. There aren't any time limits, there's no rules to it. It's as simple as train and document the training, see where we can get to, see how quickly we do progress, and really we're just trying to reach that 300 kilos. Because this is like the first video I'm doing, you guys, if you're new here, if you haven't saw me for a while, if you don't know me at all, you need to know what level I'm at, really, don't you? So I have got the video clips from over the last few years of me doing some deadlifts. Bear with me because the quality of these lifts are poor in some of them. The more recent ones are better, but the ones to begin with are not great at all. So yeah, try not to slate me too much if the deadlift is poor. First clip I have is of a 140 kilo deadlift. Now this is from when we first went into quarantine. The gyms had just opened and I decided to do a deadlift. And I managed to pull 140. So let's take a look. The bar looks pretty far away. It comes up okay. I mean, it's not the best angle to see a lot anyway. If we go through it slowly. So the pull, the bar looks too far away from my body. It's just not great, is it? It just really isn't too great, which is the main takeaway from that 140 deadlift. And like I said, the angle of this deadlift is not the best anyway. So I mean, there's not a lot we can really say about that. Now the next lift is 145 kilos. It's on the same day that I did the 140 kilos. So let's take a look at this one. Once again, camera angle's awful. The bar seemed too far away from my body. Probably a bit of upper back rounding on that lift. Once again, didn't look great. I mean, the lockout is very questionable. We can see there my left leg, my left knee isn't locked at all, and that's a failed lift. Like, I didn't pull 145 that day. We can see it was very poor, very poor. So after 145 I did 150. I don't remember when this one was actually. It was when I was at my old gym, but I can't remember when it was. Let's take a look at this once again. Why was I recording from this angle for? I don't know why I recorded from this angle. Took ages to do it though, didn't I? Lift the thing up, bro. Okay, no rep. That was not a rep. It wasn't a rep. I'm recording myself and I'm probably posting these on socials going, yeah, I did 150. That was not a lift. That was not a lift. So we can see the type of lifts that I was doing when I first started really beginning to deadlift. Not great, but we all start somewhere, right? So that was 150, as we said, not great at all. The next one we have is 165. Yes, 165 is the next one. I remember this one. I know it's a flop. 165 at the college. Yeah, not great at all, not great. Let's take a look at that again. My setup looks decent, maybe a little bit too wide. As we go into the lift here, I don't get low enough. My upper back round, that's a lift with the back, really. You can see the right side of the barbell, should I say, started tilting. Was that a lift? In my opinion, no, it wasn't. So that was not a full rep. That wasn't a proper deadlift. But that was 165. So you can see there's a bit of improvement in strength. Obviously, we can move 165. We couldn't move 165 previously. So after 165, I have 167.5. I know for a fact at this point my technique is getting better. Let's start watching. This is at Pure Gym, the new gym that I went to. Very wide stance, very wide. I do go wide quite often. Take the good grip. Got my belt on. Back is nice and straight there. We go a tiny little bit of a curve in the back. Couldn't lock out with that right hand. My grip went on my right hand. So if we take a look again, nice and steadily. Back's nice and straight. We sit down much lower than the previous deadlifts that we saw, which is good. Tiny bit of rounding on the spine there. And then you can see my right hand just here, gone. Completely gone, just dropped out of my hand. Form is better though, that's the main thing to take away. Lifted a little bit more weight, better form. Literally just my grip strength went on me for that lift. So we move on to 170. This is where my deadlifts get much better. Okay, they get a lot better from here. 170. Man in red, look at him. Look at that. 170 move nice and quick. Little bit of an overextension, in my opinion, at the top of the lift. But I was off balance for that one, if I recall correctly. We do this in half speed again. Little bit around it again, but it comes up nice and quick. Heavily overextending there. Didn't mean to. I genuinely was off balance. Like I pulled up and I felt like I was going to fall over. So it is what it is for that one. But 170 moved nicely there. 175. So it looks like this was the same day. It wouldn't surprise me if it was. Considering 170 moved quick, I probably did try 175 that same. Oh, it is the same day. Man in red is there. Right over in the corner. Giving me the eye again. 175. It was okay. It's okay. It's not great. Let's do it in half speed again. We can see slight curve in the spine again. Get up to the top. No overextension. Oh, that is an overextension actually. That is an overextension. Okay, so we can see my issue there. My issue there was overextending a bit too much. Pretty clear to see, pretty obvious. But we're moving. We've got 175 on that one now. Much better lift, in my opinion. Getting stronger. Form's getting a bit better as well. 180. Okay, let's see. Much better in terms of my back that time. I've got some lifting straps on there. The leather ones. Had too many accessories in my opinion. So we can see I get into a good position. Feet not all the way out to the plates on this one. Slightly inside. Start lifting. No curve in the spine that time, which was good. It moved quick upwards. Little bit of an overextension on that one, but it's okay. And that's the 180. Not a bad lift in my opinion. Not a bad lift. We're moving on to the 200 kilo lifts. So I don't know why I don't have a video for 190, 185, 190, 195. I don't have videos for those. I'm not sure why, because I definitely did pull a 190. However, I do have them from 200 and up. So this first one is my original 200 kilo attempt. I know I failed this, but I put pressure on myself to achieve 200 kilos before it got to Christmas time. This was a few weeks before we went into lockdown, so I really had to try it here and now. So this is the attempt. Wearing a vest for deadlifts, absolutely classic. Oh, bit of a curve in the spine, very slow. Couldn't get it past my knees, and I remember that actually. So funny story about that one. That was my third attempt at 200 that day, and you can see there I'm looking at my hand. Basically my right hand was the calluses were starting to rip slightly off them, and then I said to my mate, I'm either gonna pull the 200 or I'm gonna tear these calluses off my hand. Me looking at my hand there, I failed the lift. What happened? I tore the calluses off my hand. It was completely ripped. A lot of blood coming off my hand. It just stung. It didn't really hurt. So we rejoined the gyms in April, and then by August time I could pull 200 no problem. So let's take a look at this one. First ever time lifting 200 off the floor this was. So we can see, get my feet nice and wide, knees going outwards rather than over the bar now, sitting nice and low into that one. No belt this time, just chalk. No lifting straps either, just going for raw chalk. That is it. Sits nice and low, powers through that one. Good lift. I think that is a good lift. There's no way it's not. So you can see from this position I'm sitting nice and low into it. I'm not going crazy wide, like my feet are not right against the plates. My knees are going outwards now rather than over the bar. Nice and slow. I get a good even grip either side. Sit into it nice and deep. I keep that bar nice and close this time, right against my ankles, right on my shins. Getting ready for the lift. Sits in, pushes through the heels, nice and even on each leg. Pulls that 200 no problem and sets it down. Nice lift that one, nice lift. We then attempted 210 kilos. Basically straight after this one, I had obviously a little bit of rest, but straight after, exactly the same technique. We keep our feet in the same position, hands in the same position, get that bar nice and close to our shins. Getting ready for this lift. Pushing up nice and heavy. Left leg starts to wobble a little bit, but we still manage to get that lift right there. So hands are in a good position, feet are in a good position. I'm ready for this lift. I'm a little bit gassed after doing the 200, but you know, we try and push through, do the 210 because the 200 felt easy at the time. So we can see I'm preparing myself here. Just getting ready to pull. We sit in, pushing through the heels, back is nice and straight, nice and slow, good grind on the lift. Left leg goes on a mad one there, but we managed to pull through. Completed the lift, no problem. Okay, let me clarify. That lift was July. August, I went to go and do the training to work on the cruise ship. So basically the whole of August I spent training, doing all this cruise ship stuff, thinking, yeah, personal trainer on board, get to travel the world, all this. September, I go to the cruise. It's not great, not the best thing in the world. I couldn't even get off the ship because they thought I was going to do a runner in America. So obviously I came home, and now after all of this time training and on the cruise ship, I weren't able to go to the gym a lot. So I haven't been training for the last 2 months essentially, and my deadlift at the minute is at 160. It's pretty tough, but obviously with muscle memory and whatnot, as long as I'm consistently training, I'll push it back up to over 200 no problem. Now the journey begins. So from here, it's going to be good training not just deadlifts, but we've got to train other things as well. But we're going to be primarily focusing on achieving a 300 kilo deadlift. Now, like I said at the beginning of this, I don't know how long it'll take. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I'm fairly certain I can, because the progression that I made getting to 210 was very quick. But for me, I just need to get training again more consistently, and obviously doing a little bit more to achieve the 300 kilo deadlift. Now this is going to be a weekly series, so you can follow along with the things that I'm doing. So we'll try to keep it around 10 minutes, 15 minutes maximum for each weekly video, and we can see how much we can progress. So that is it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to follow along with my journey, then please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button to get notified every single time I upload a video. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, share it around with your friends. If anyone that you may think will be interested in the journey, by all means go share it with them, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one.